conversation that I find myself having a lot with business development leaders inside of professional service firms is what exactly do you want your client-facing team members to do to represent your firm? The reason I seem to have this question a lot, this conversation a lot, is that a lot of BD leaders, I think they blur things together and or make the challenge of BD seem easier to themselves by just sort of getting things intuitively. And very often these BD leaders find it hard to parse out exactly what they want their folks to do. So sometimes they'll just say things like, I want my folks to get out there. I want them to talk about the firm. I want them to meet people and build relationships and follow up and have conversations and be good providers of value. All good thoughts and all somewhat fuzzy. The specific questions that I find myself asking folks are things like this. Well, are you able to give them a clear value proposition for the firm? Do you know how to communicate what your firm is all about, what the core value that you provide? Do you know exactly who you're looking for, who you serve? Is there a simple distilled way for you to communicate your service and your offerings? Do you know what problems you solve? Do you know what outcomes you create for your clients? We also ask questions like, so who do you want them to have conversations with? What does a good prospect look like? When they are talking to a good prospect, what exactly do you want them to do? Do you want them to own that relationship, or do you want them to pass that relationship on to someone else? How much of this sales or business development process do you actually want them to own? At what point is this their client? At what point is this their prospect? What do you want them to do specifically? And we ask them these questions throughout the process, from the first engagement, the very first time that this prospect might have heard of your firm, to that phase where they understand who you are and what the value that you have to offer is, where they're interested in learning more and they might be interested in partnering with you or hiring you, to that point where they have a project that might make sense for them to engage with you on, all the way to the point where they have hired you and they are your client and you want them to think of you as an ongoing resource, an ongoing business partner. You want to think about who's responsible for doing what every stage of the way. Now, we at Sage Presence can help with that. We can help you think that through, and we can help your team do better at those specific things that you want them to do every step of the way. But as a leader inside of a professional service firm, particularly as a leader that cares about business development, you need to make that decision. You need to be clear on what exactly the process is. Who's responsible for doing what at what stage of the game? Think about that. We would love to talk that through with you. We'd love to explore it with you. Let us know your thoughts and let us know how we can help.